On this fourth Sunday of Advent, we have the awaiting ages, and we have this powerful doxology from the end of the Epistle to the Romans, which sets the tone. A lot is lost in the translation that we have, which is fairly free. The older one is more faithful to the Greek that we have, and it is something which bears meditation. It has actually even influenced our hymnology. Now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the mystery, which was kept secret since the world began, but now is made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandment of the everlasting God, made known to all nations for the obedience of faith. To God only wise be glory through Jesus Christ forever. Amen. That echo comes through, God only wise. That ancient hymn, one of the golden oldies, immortal, invisible, God only wise. In light inaccessible, hid from our eyes. Well, this God in light inaccessible, hid from our eyes, breaks through. We know that there is always a high tragic tone somewhere in the whole atmosphere of our redemption. It is based on the fact that man is in a terrible state. And therefore the joy that we have, knowing that the Lord is putting it right, is always in the context of the absence of joy, and it is not perceived unless that absence of joy is also perceived. In other words, Christmas is serious stuff. It's fixing the universe. And for that to happen, the very instrument of the messing up of the universe, the human flesh, has to be assumed. And therefore there is always an inseparability between Bethlehem and Calvary. Why? He is coming to take upon himself the means of torture and death. And therefore it's for Calvary that he comes. So the fullness of the Christmas message is redemption, and that means awful suffering already foreseen in glory, and the Son of God saying to the Father, I will go. And so, when we have in the Assumption the end of the process, when our Blessed Lady, the first of our race, receives already in anticipation the glorification of that flesh, here we see that the flesh that he takes from her is going to be victorious. Until then, flesh is going to decompose, and we are also excluded from paradise. There is more going on in Bethlehem than meets the eye. And when Our Lady in the Gospel of today meekly bows her head and says, let it be, fiat. Here we have the first part of the sentence which finishes on Calvary, "It is accomplished," at which the veil of the temple is torn in two from top to bottom. And here is accomplished what the Lord came to do. Terrible, unmentionable torment, the whole cross and passion was foreseen in glory. Yes, I will go. So this is the global context of what is happening in this gospel, and which, of course, is about to happen at the grave.